trivia, comrades. Let's take a moment to talk about hurricane safety. This is a great special called Hurricane Iniki-The Piercing Wind. And this just documents really the power, of even a strong Category 4 hurricane. And what you're about to see is just how fast conditions will deteriorate after the eye wall and the eye right here, the eye passes over. You can see a couple hugging there, and they don't quite realize that the storm, we're only in the middle of the storm. That's kind of a scary experience, I can imagine. They don't quite understand.
I guess what that means is the eye hit means it was calm through the whole thing.
And see, that guy seems to have an idea. Like, it ain't over.
It began to rise later in the afternoon that Friday as the wind started to diminish. But hopes quickly faded when it was pretty well apparent that the eye of the storm was over Kauai. The wind then switched direction.
We have a storm like Iniki that was moving to the north through Kauai. You had winds before the eye wall moving in the direction of east-northeast, and then as the eye wall passed and the eye passed, you had winds switching to the west-southwest. So as you can see how fast from the eye the conditions deteriorating as the back wall of the eye wall hits, and all hell breaks loose. And the second portion of the storm has begun, and the second portion of the storm is no joke. I mean, just look how fast. It's scary. If your house didn't make it through the first portion, you're in trouble. And it illustrates just why you don't want to go out during the eye of the storm. That situation happened in the Miami storm of 1926, where we had a lot of people who, the storm abated so quickly, but it was just during the eye, and all these people went out to, either survey some damage, look at the damage, look for loved ones or friends if that was the case, or more or less it was a curiosity, and they got caught in the second portion of the storm and didn't make it because it was so quick to switch over. And it just shows you just how quickly the conditions can deteriorate. It's scary. I mean, just watch.
And it hasn't buckled.
Look at this. I mean, these are winds maintained at least 100 to 120 miles an hour with gusts from 140 to 160 miles an hour. I mean, this is absolute madness. Could you imagine being trapped in this with no shelter? I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, you can imagine what those people in the Philippines went through when Typhoon Haiyan went through. I mean, this is just illustrates perfectly why you don't want to be out in the eye of a storm, eye of a hurricane, excuse me. And he's pretty lucky here because this structure will completely collapse. So I mean, if this structure collapsed, you can imagine that, you know, what are the odds of the structure that he's standing behind might collapse? It's pretty good, and it doesn't, but he got lucky. But I mean, imagine if he was filming from the backside of that other house. I mean, he got real lucky here. I don't think he realizes how lucky he was. I mean, it's absolute chaos. You know, you can compare it to Hurricane Charlie that hit the western side of Florida in 1999 or 2004. Yeah, Florida got it during the 2004 season. But in 1992, we had Hurricane Andrew and Hurricane Iniki. Both of these storms delivered quite a punch.
Oh my God.
And this is him, you know, discovering that the building next to him, which is theirs, collapsed, is completely destroyed. So, what's amazing is that these windows haven't sustained any damage. That window there sustained some damage. You can see the tape flapping, but probably from the earlier portion of the storm, as the winds are moving in the opposite direction. But I mean, look at this. I mean, it's absolute madness. Look at this. I mean, this is nearly impossible to stand in. You'd have to crawl, and you'd be pelted with debris. I mean, it would be absolutely ridiculous. So those windows were out.
The whole house is shaking.
And you can hear him say the whole house is shaking. I mean, look at this. Look at how fast the winds are moving. This is a well-organized Category 4 storm. And it shows you just what a Category 4 storm can do. Anywhere in that area is a death trap. Things are flying at excess of 120 or 30 miles an hour, you know. And during those gusts and those eddies during the storm are moving quite faster. So, this is a great video. Shows you just exactly what a Category 4 storm is all about. Over and out.